Welcome to the Elaine Institute, your first day of school. Usually we'd have this together in the auditorium, but because of unprecedented times, we are doing orientation online, and you're going to start your classes online on a temporary basis until it's deemed safe for us to be back on campus together. I can't wait to see you, and I definitely cannot wait to meet you in person and hear all about your story and your life journey and how you came to be part of the ESI family. So a little bit about me. As you all know, I'm an esthetician, massage therapist, and nail technician. I did my training in South Africa, and after I graduated from school, I went to work for a spa at a hotel, and then I went to a resort spa by the sea, by Plettenberg Bay, and I was there doing massage, nails, and aesthetics as well. And then I had what I call my first country and western song. So I got married very young, and I had my first daughter, and that's Asha, and you will meet her because she's going to help you a lot with technology and online learning and make sure you have everything you need and the support that you need. And then after I got divorced, I went back and I stayed with my family, and I started working at department stores, which I really enjoyed because I got to learn. I was a sales manager, and I got to learn the psychology of sales and the psychology of why people purchase, what makes people purchase, what is that emotional connection behind the product that they buy. And then I had my second country and western song. I met my second husband, and at the time he was working for the South African Broadcasting Corporation, and then he came to work for CNN, and just after the Olympics, and I followed him about 9 months after that, and the marriage didn't work out. I had my second child, Jasmine, and so what I looked in my box that I brought from South Africa, and I saw all of my certificates from South Africa, and I sent it to the cosmetology board. And back then there wasn't a massage board, so I was able to do massage without a license. And then, of course, they said, and once I got them all the documentation, they said, okay, you need to take the state board license again. And I said, that's fine. I'll do whatever is needed. I'll do whatever it takes. And I got my license, and I started working as an esthetician in a spa. And the spa at that time that I was working for had 8 locations. So I started teaching, training, and writing for them because I come from a drama theatrical background. So I was able to use my skills and my passion. But I realized when I was training the estheticians, and I was part of the training team for the nail technicians and the estheticians, and Gina, one of the instructors you're going to be working with, she was part of the training team that I was on at the spa. So we would train the technicians for a week before they went into the treatment room, because they would go to the different locations, and we needed to make sure that they were trained up on the protocols, and we also needed to make sure that their skills were at the level, and what could they be certified on the book, and what more training did they need or support in the other modalities. So I realized when I was training, and 1 week is not a long time, that there were some of the techniques that were kind of the same, and there were some habits, and I would ask them, where did you learn that? Where did you learn that? Where did you learn that? And it was always the same thing. I learned it at school. So I started thinking, well, because of my passion for writing, and I was writing the spa menu, I was doing some consulting, I was so passionate, I was actually teaching myself. Because, when this was just maybe 20 years ago, there wasn't lasers, there wasn't chemical peels, microdermabrasion had just landed in the United States. So a lot of the new modalities, I had to teach myself or find leaders in the industry across America and come up with training programs. I mean, that's what I did. I had a thirst and yearning for class, and I want to tell you, 30 years later, I'm still going to class. I'm still learning techniques. I'm still learning new modalities, and I'm learning modalities perhaps that we used in the past, but there's new ways to use them. They've adapted for the new generation. So I realized that I wanted to really see how you taught undergraduate education. How did you get that book, that knowledge? How did you get the techniques into the technician's hands? So what I did was I started guest speaking at different schools. I started working with different equipment companies to support them in training. But something happened to me along the way. At 35, I was diagnosed with cancer, stage 2 breast cancer, very aggressive cancer, and moving quickly. It was a very difficult time for me, being a single mom with very young children, a teenager and a child that was in primary school. It wasn't something that I thought, okay, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be able to deal with this today. I didn't take it well. I was very stressed and very depressed. And I had to have about 6 months of chemo and about 3 months of radiation. I felt that cancer had taken everything away from me. Certainly my eyebrows, certainly my hair, certainly being very depressed and being on so many drugs. I remember one night hallucinating that Ozzy Osbourne was going to come pick me up and take me to rehab, with all of the drugs that they had me on. And then when I finished my radiation, I remember driving through the booms at Northside Hospital, and I remember those booms opening up, and it was almost like something had opened up in my life. And it was like, as I drove through, it was like, okay, Elaine, now it's time to make a change and live your passion. So as the universe had it, a school in town was really wanted me to come work for them. So I started teaching and training at a local school. And I really enjoyed it and I really loved it. But I knew that I was part of their team and working on their systems. So I had a vision and a dream to be a leader, certainly within the aesthetic training industry, massage, nails, and of course spa. So in 2008, I decided to open my school. It was a very small school. It was probably 1,800 square feet, and it was postgraduate education. So we were teaching laser, we were teaching makeup, we were teaching chemical peels, skin analysis, a wide lash extensions, just a wide range of postgraduate applications that you could add to your toolbox. Because there were a lot of those modalities that we weren't teaching in the undergraduate at that stage. So, but then I realized in 2008, when the economy was not good, that I thought, well, let me go ahead and open the undergraduate education so that I could support them from the beginning. Because that's the whole thing that I saw, remember, back in the spa, that I needed to teach and train from the beginning. So I opened my school with 6 students, and I taught them myself. I had a laptop, and they would scan in at my laptop at the front. I would run to the classroom. I would teach them the entire program. I think some of the students heard my skin analysis chapter 6 times and they didn't mind. I had to ask my friends to come and be models in the clinic. I had to see who I could get to come in so that my students could get, credits, because they needed credits obviously in the clinic. And then I decided to add nails and later on massage. But as I was, as I got up to 20 students, people would call me and say, well, are you accredited? And I was like, wow, accredited, what is that? So I had to look that up and borrow money to do that. And then I had to get that organized. And they would say, well, do you offer financial aid? And I was like, wow, what is financial aid? So I had to learn that. I had to get like my MBA in education, my master's in education, as well as being a technician, as well as being an educator. And then of course, certain subjects was not my strength. I love to teach. So I luckily had such a network of educators that I'd worked with in the spa, and that I had also worked with in other schools. So they, of course, love to come work for me and support me in their area of expertise. So we expanded the school. We were in Sandy Springs, and we eventually were in 3 buildings. And then, of course, the shoe dropped, and I found out that I had the cancer gene, and my doctors recommended that I have a double mastectomy and that I have my ovaries removed, which was absolutely the right thing to do. And it was probably about 6-7 years ago that I did that. And then I found out that I had osteoporosis, probably from all the treatments and everything else. And so, we just keep going. We just keep moving forward with the information that we have. And I'm just so thankful for the support that I had from my team during the different things that I went through. And then we decided that we really wanted to be in one building. And so, I contacted different people in town to show me space. And I said, I want to be in one building, not 3. I want to be close to public transportation because the traffic in Atlanta. I want the students to have, easy access to the school, and I want to have great parking because at the school in Sandy Springs, I had to rent parking down the road so that students could park. So my broker that was showing me said, "Are you crazy? You're never going to find anything in Atlanta." I'm like, don't be negative. I said, we will find it. And it's true. He found 3 locations in 1 week. And when I walked into the Lenox Square Mall, that used to be the Herzing University space, and if you are familiar with Atlanta, it used to be a movie theater down by the food court in Lenox Square. And before that, before my time, it used to be a bowling alley. And I walked in and I could see it and I could feel it and I could envision it because I had a vision for our school to be the global leader in spa education. And that's what I wanted because I wanted the community, I wanted the Department of Education, I wanted America, I wanted the world to take a beauty career, a wellness career, a spa career seriously. It's my career of choice. I'm very passionate about it. I'm also very passionate about being taken seriously. I'm also very passionate about you being able to live your passion and make money to it. I always say I love when I hear the stories of my graduates going from cleaning houses to owning houses, from going from being homeless to owning homes, from going from graduation to owning their spa and hiring Elaine studying graduates. Because I really love the fact that the spas locally and nationally love to hire our graduates because of how well trained we are in the nail care, massage therapy, and esthetician programs. I'm also so proud of our administrative team. We have a team that is from the spa industry, from the school industry, that are really here to support you every single day. Because this is post-secondary education, right? You've added this to a very busy schedule. Some of you, or most of you, are working 1 or 2 jobs, have a family, have children to take care of, and you've added this. So we're trying to support you in ways that you can fit this into your busy schedule. Because, for aesthetics, it may be 9 months to a year of your life. For massage, it may be 7 to 8 months. And for nails, it may be 6 to 7 months, of your life dedicated to training and education so that you can go and live the passion and the career that you've always wanted. The beauty industry is such a special industry because we get to touch people with our hands and our hearts, and we get to connect with people on a very deep level because everybody wants to feel and look their best regardless of what age they have. And I know, I can tell you from experience, when I was going through chemo, I was having massages every single week. And that was back then when they weren't even recommending it. Obviously, I didn't have it on the arm where I had lymph nodes removed and where I had, I had a lot of, where they had to do the IV infusions, etc. But it really helped me get through a very difficult time. And then, of course, skincare helped me afterwards to get my skin to where I needed to be. And I always loved to have my toenails done. I remember blue color for some reason was the color that I loved to have my toes done when I was going through chemo. So, it's a very special time in our lives, and I think the training and education that you set yourself up for today is going to be very important in building your career. It's not an easy time right now, but we're here to support you. We're here to encourage you and connect with you. We have an incredible education team with probably over 300 years experience with all of us combined, very knowledgeable in the spa industry, because many of my educators come from the spa industry and are still working in the spa industry. So our knowledge comes from really a place of direct connection to the spa and wellness community. We also have a huge network. We're going to be teaching you about networking, about connecting in the industry from the beginning. You're going to be networking with the staff and students, other students, as well as guest speakers. You're also going to be networking within associations that we're going to get you set up with from the beginning. We're going to support you with our online platforms, because even when we're back at school, we still utilize our online platforms in the classroom as well as when you're at home. This is a new normal. This is a new era that we're in, but it's so important that we become a community that supports each other. I'm very proud of you for making this decision. It was the best decision that I made in my life, and I can also speak for my educators that this is the best decision that they made because they love it. I've known some of these educators for over 20 years. We have a team and an infrastructure at the Elaine Institute that is founded on technicians first, on people first, on connecting first, on taking care of our students first. I look forward to seeing you in your classes, because I have the ability to pop in on campus, but also online. So I'll definitely be saying hello and watching you as you grow and learn. Today is the first day of your career in the spa and wellness arena. I look forward to seeing you. And I always say that being happy is a choice. Choosing my school was a choice. Choosing to learn today is a choice. Being happy is a choice. And being brilliant is a choice. I say that my students are brilliant thinking estheticians, brilliant thinking massage therapists, and brilliant thinking nail technicians. Because, we think about the clients, we think about the consultation, we think about customizing our service and what is the best for our clients. We think of new ways of branding ourselves, of networking, and in this new world of technology. So we are brilliant. I love the theater, and I always think of some of the favorite concerts that you may have seen on television or gone to, right? When they go on stage and sing, whether it's Beyonce or whether it's Cirque du Soleil or whether it's a show in New York, a Broadway show, right? When they go on stage, you don't know who doesn't feel well. You don't know what happens under the stage. Think of the chaos of the seamstress sewing people up, and the smelly costumes, and oh my goodness, somebody is not well, so the substitute has to go on. That goes on underneath, but when they're on stage, everything is perfect in their world. And think about that with your clients. Think about having, by the light switch, you have a little ticket box, and you're going to give your clients the front row $500 ticket to the best show of your life and of their life too. So that is what we're going to teach you how to do. How to give your clients that $500 front row ticket, how to be present and in the moment, how to give you the best skills. Think of an imaginary toolbox. Today, your toolbox is filled with everything in orientation, all the forms that you've got, all of the tools that you have in your online MySI Connect. And of course, we're going to be shipping items to your house for you to be using. And of course, when you come to school, you'll be getting the rest of your kit. So you're going to be getting a physical kit, but think of it as an imaginary kit of everything that you're putting in, all the skills and knowledge and verbiage that you're learning today that you can utilize tomorrow, right? So I want you to choose brilliance every second of the day and be present in the moment and utilize everything that we've given you, every resource, right? So choose to use those resources every single day. I'm so excited for you. I am so proud of you. And I thank you for choosing the Elaine Sterling Institute. And I speak on behalf of our team that we are excited for you. We are here for you. I believe we have the best team in the world. And I believe we are the global leaders in SPA education. And we're ready to partner with you in your education and partner with you in your success now, in the middle of the program, and going forward as you graduate and build a career that is so beautiful. Thank you. I love you. And welcome to the Elaine Sterling Institute.